All right, we're back from Glamis. Had a great time. A lot of good shenanigans with these little mini bikes. I ordered the 70 or local 70 front brake disc set. Didn't come in time, so now I'm installing it right now. Running in a little bit of trouble, so I figured let's do a video on this because fucking kicking my butt. All right, here's my little 70. Got it set up, jacked up. A couple things that I'm running into. One, if you look at the tire here, she's not centered. Just kick, see, everything's just kicking my butt. There we go. Stay there. Yeah, so she's not centered. She's not centered up here. It did come with different spacers, right? We got this longer set here, shorter set, and this little guy right here. On top of that, what I'm running into is this caliper bolts on, brake pads, and it won't fit in between the rims. So my thought on getting this in here is I'm going to remove the bolts on the rotor, pull it down, bolt up my caliper, slide this thing in there, and then bolt each one of these on there. So a little bit of work, but I think first thing first is get this tire centered, because that's going to make a world of difference. Look at that offset right there. That's not good. So let's do this together, figure it out. I don't have it all bolted together. I just kind of put it on to see how this thing fits in there. So we're going to figure out centering this thing up with my neck here. So go ahead and pop this thing off. Comes off fairly simple. And I got to figure out the spacing, the correct spacing here. So first thing first, I'm just going to remove this rotor, get this thing out of the way. And then I'm thinking I may have bolted this up on the wrong side. So it could be a simple fix. What really sucks is I used freaking Loctite on the rotor. So now I'm gonna be struggling getting those things off, but I used the green. Green's really good. It holds it, but it still allows you to be able to pull it off if needed. Red, obviously, more permanent, and blue. The green's really good for all your off-road stuff because it seems like you're gonna be pulling that crap off anyway. So just a little dab of green will do ya. Let's hope we don't strip these bad boys out. So I do have power tools. I do most of my work by hand. And the reason why, I'm freaking notorious for stripping stuff. So it's always best to do stuff by hand. I'm never in a hurry. I can't say that's true. I'm always in a hurry, but it definitely slows you down a little bit and you're less likely to strip stuff out, especially these small, tiny Allen screws here. You guys ever dealt with Allen screws, you know, man, they can easily be stripped. So one thing I will mention is the kit that Local 70 sells, it does not come with the rotor. So if I'm better at reading the descriptions, I would have known that, okay? The problem is I didn't, and I get the kit, and now I have to order this on Amazon. It does say in the description what size rotor and bolt pattern you get. It was super simple. The thing was like 10 bucks. I was able to get gold to match the rest of my stuff here, so I was pretty stoked on that. Throwing you guys a little pro tip. Got super lucky. This paddle is directional, right? The disc goes on your left side if you're sitting on the ATC. If I put this valve stem on the left side, that disc brake or the rotor covers the whole drum or the whole barrel of the rim. So That would have been real fun to try to fill up tires. I would have to take a damn thing apart. So super lucky. One step ahead for you guys that are doing this thing is make sure the valve stem would be on your right side if you're sitting on top of the ATC. Okay, so I just pulled this off, and what I'm noticing is this thing sat closer to my right. Okay, so I'm gonna put the this drum on this side right here. Okay, so now it should kick that tire more center. So let's play with that. I think I figured it out. You know, as we get older, your body starts hurting, right? And I just thought to myself, when I bent over, I freaking grunted. Man, I'm getting old. All right, we're gonna button this thing up. There you go. Okay, torque down, ready to go. All right, that should center this bad boy up using these guys. I have no idea what this one's for, but I'll tell you what, one of our other builds will end up using this because, like I said in my last video, I don't throw away shit. So I keep it because we'll end up using it. Promise that. Okay, now that I got the tire centered, it doesn't even look like that caliper would even hit. So I probably didn't even need to take this off, but I'm still gonna bolt it on right here, and then I'll remove these two bolts, cut them down a little bit, clean up the threads, bolt that thing down, and make sure my brake lever is bleeded, because I had to kind of relocate this banjo. The banjo was off to the side right here, and it was just putting a big bind on my cable. So I loosened this up a little bit, lost a little bit of brake fluid, just to re-angle this so it goes and it flows right up to there, okay? So we'll go ahead and bolt up our rotor here, and then we will cut these down and go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed our last video of us kind of mobbing around the dunes, man. That was a blast. I had probably about a 45-minute video that I had to cut down to a couple minutes because, according to my kids, it's too much. All right, running my first problem. I'm gonna have to pull this thing off. I think what I'm gonna do, just kind of sneak this thing away. Nope, I'm gonna have to pull it out.
Sucks to be me right now.
Because I could not get my wrench in there. So we'll do it in a controlled environment. It's way easier. All right, I was trying to be bitching, put it on my lathe, and then cut it on there. But unfortunately, always take that tool out because when you turn it on, get got. The shoulder is not allowing me to get a good grip on here. I know they have different chucks and stuff like that, but I don't have that. So we're just gonna have to go old school and use a tap and clean that thing up. So, all right, old school, here we go. Okay, got it cut down. We're just gonna run this straight through a tap, clean up the threads, and we are good. This is an 8 1.25 thread. Pretty simple. I end up using a cutoff wheel, and then I just round it off the edge right here on my grinder and run it through the tap. We are gonna bolt in our caliper here. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of green Loctite on there. Just a dab. Hopefully I cut off enough where it's not gonna hit the rotor and we won't have problems. Perfect. bitching. Let's see. Oh, she's gonna need to be bled. Oh, ho, ho. Beep. Yeah, buddy. I'm liking that, boys. Hell yeah. Come peep this. So before I had the end of the bolt sticking out there and was hitting that rotor. So I just trimmed it down. You can see she's nice and flush. We got some green Loctite on there. She ain't going nowhere. Brake feels good. I don't feel like I need to bleed it. Got no oil or no brake fluid, we're good. We'll figure out how we're gonna mount this with our number plate behind here. Turns. Imagine when this thing goes up and down, probably gonna have to use this little sleeve. We'll do something bitch in here to keep that where it slides up and down, out of the way. When I say bitching, we're probably gonna use zip ties. Other than that, she's done. Let's bolt this thing together. Tell you what, man, the front shock, night and day difference. Before you would just get beat the hell, and now you actually got somewhat of suspension. It'd be nice to do the rear. Local 70 sells a kit. I've also seen some other vendors out there that are doing the same thing, but seems like they're all on back order. So part of me is like, hey, should I just do my own thing? That'd be a fun little project. And maybe a little looser. I put these about 69 foot-pounds, so it should be nice and tight. Guys, I'm usually not this boring.
Boring.
I'm usually blasting music right now. My neighbors absolutely love it. Not really.
I'm not.
I can tell they love when I'm filming because I'm nice and quiet. All right, let's do a little walk around. Front brake only. Oh, yeah. Watch out. Both brakes. Oh, shit. Damn, that thing just launched me off. Fuck yeah. All right, we're stopping now. Holy shit, we got brakes. What a fucking badass thing. Yeah, she stops. Hell yeah. Stop. Oh, hey, it's hard to hang on with one hand, but that's gonna make a huge difference. Wow, what a huge difference. Man, we have upgraded this thing this season. Started with the shocks, the shock tower, adding this disc brake. What a huge difference. Widening the rear end. She is a tuning machine.